Turn it up.
Hey. All right. Welcome to LightWork. I love this good energy right here. We're going to turn up today.
Quite unexpected.
Hey. Today is what? May 24th, 2021.
May 24th.
And today's topic, it's not really a topic, it's a conversation. But we're going to point this out. Women like to ask for good men, but they are scared to be better women in the process. Let's get to work. Welcome to LightWork.
Chip.
What's good, people?
Yo, what's going on? Happy Monday, y'all.
Ooh, I hate Monday.
Happy Moon Day.
But every day is Friday for me.
Yes,
Come on,
absolutely.
man. Don't hate
Happy
Mondays.
Moon Day for
Man,
those
happy
who
Monday.
know. How was y'all weekend?
Man, my weekend was good. I had an excellent weekend. Again,
It was litty.
excellent weekend.
It was lit.
I had a good weekend myself.
Good.
It was
Man,
my
good.
boyfriend's birthday, so I
Oh,
took him out to a
nice.
nice fancy dinner.
Nice.
It was right on Fort Lauderdale Beach, so it was, best $200 I ever spent. Really.
Oh, shoot. Money don't count when you're in a relationship and things are going
No,
well.
but it was really good food. My mom would be so proud. I ate all my vegetables.
What?
I don't eat vegetables at all.
All right.
What about you, Omar? How was your weekend?
Oh, I ate vegetables too. Nah, man, I had
What?
a good weekend, man. My son turned 2 years old, man. It was insane,
Happy birthday
man.
to him. No, yeah, that was my son's
appreciate
birthday too, man.
Everybody's
birthday to your son,
Everybody's
man.
birthday.
Yes, sir.
Oh my
Happy
God.
birthday.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Time to celebrate life,
There we
man.
go. Over the weekend, everybody's birthday.
Yeah. So, let's get on, this topic,
But before we do that,
go ahead.
I need whoever listening right now to share this video because it's going to be intense. If this your first
Yes.
time tuning in, you make sure you subscribe and make sure you follow the Instagram page LightWork_podcast.
Yes.
Exactly.
So follow.
Exactly.
Like,
Let's
like,
get
underscore
into it.
podcast.
So, excuse me. So, like we do all the time, we like to discuss everything that we want to talk about on here beforehand, and it gets interesting. But
I didn't really know today's subject.
yeah,
I was kind of thrown off.
Nah, it's okay.
off
I'm sorry.
guard.
Bombarded.
It's all right.
So excuse the mess, if as they say. But but we want to talk about the type of people who claim they want to build relationships or build life choices well, yet they're not willing to become that better person in life or become that better person in a relationship to make it even better.
Facts.
We also want to talk about things like building kingdoms, which have
Yes,
a big
legacies,
effect.
Building legacies.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Because
Absolutely.
if you
I'm
are
all for that.
Yeah, if you're in a relationship, for
that.
example, and you don't build a kingdom with your partner, then it's easy to say you're done with them and you're over with it and you're already past the whole relationship because you built nothing with them. There's no value. There's no substance. Like, what's the point? And not everything is about love.
Right. When they say what's in the last name, they mean that. It's
Exactly.
It's bloodlines, it's kingdoms, it's
Exactly.
legacy, it's history, it's everything that's being it's generation, it's genetics, it's everything. So when they say what's in the last name, it's really important for me, personally for me. You want somebody that, stands by it, that's
Exactly.
powerful with it,
Like, what are your values out there? Are you valuing yourself? Are you valuing your relationship? Are you valuing that person? What do you value to build even even better relationship? It doesn't even have to be about personal relationships with a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It just could be about work experiences, life experiences with work.
Man, the concept is what we want to focus on. So it don't change. I don't care what subject you go from subject to subject. The concept, it will always be the same. And when we jump into these different topics, I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I'm going to take a different tone because this is something that's serious. I actually see a lot of people that's experiencing outcomes that they don't desire. And they continue to do the same thing over and over from relationship to relationship, hoping that the individual that they chose at that particular time, that it will be different from them, but they haven't realized that it was their actions that continued that same cycle.
Yeah.
So I want to be sure that I take a different tone than I would normally take today. And I really want y'all to really pay attention, because when we start talking about kingdoms, which I think is going to be like in the next 33 seconds, I think that we really going to have to, I'm going to hone in on some standards, and I'm going to hone in on some things that's really, really, really important, so that you, me, and everybody, we can have success when it comes to what we expect out of our lives.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have started. This is a good point to it. Like, okay, and I know people have heard this many times, right? So I believe that no one can truly make you happy, right?
Facts.
So if you really tap into yourself, you really get to know who you are, you build that character, and you finally find that one thing that keeps you happy within yourself, for yourself, anyone who comes in should be an add-on to you.
Y'all heard that?
Just like a kingdom, if they're there to build with you, then there's no way they can destroy you, because you've already built yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So when we take these things into account as far as who we're with or who we want to be with or what job we want to get, make sure that you are happy within what you're doing for yourself before you think you're going to wait on somebody to make you happy.
That's facts. Man, listen, I'm going to jump into kingdoms. We cool?
Yeah, of course.
So, man, check this out, man. So it's important to know this. You can build a kingdom within your household. That's just the bottom line. So the thing is, when we talk about kingdoms, the only thing, the term or the title that comes to mind is the phrase king and queen. Now, we are in a society where we hear this terminology a lot.
It's used loosely.
It's used so loosely. And I want to touch base on this. Now, there is there is this big feud that's going on between Dr. Umar Johnson and a gentleman named Kevin Samuels.
We know who that is.
All right.
I do not know who these people are.
All right, so make sure you look it up. So Dr. Umar Johnson and Kevin Samuels. Now, I like to liken these two individuals as, you know, like a political party, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Democratic, Republican, but the way I look at it is one is really far left and the other brother is really far right. And so you got Dr. Umar Johnson that's taking jabs at Kevin Samuels simply because he's saying that Kevin Samuels is degrading the black woman. Now, we see that it was Dr. Umar Johnson that was a huge contribution. I'm not saying that he is the one that
invented it, basically.
Invented the terminology, you are king, you're a queen. But he was a huge contribution in our communities to actually spread that terminology, you're a king, you're a queen. And I understand his intentions was literally to encourage those that are discouraged. So I understand the good intention. Now, I want to touch base on, even though he had good intention, I want to touch base on how it's dangerous to call someone a title that has high regard without explaining the standard. Now, on the flip side of things, you got Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, what he does, he tells it like it is, man. He actually goes and he shares a reality. So if you have a desired outcome and whatever your outcome is, he will ask the same like questions with the same people or whatever, but each person has a different outcome. So the thing is, he would go over their outcome, and then what he would do, he would say, okay, this is what your outcome is going to be based off of what you said. And so he would say some harsh things like, you're going to die with a cat, or you're going to die with a dog, you're going to die alone, or whatever the case may be. So even though Kevin Samuels, he'll make some tough points, and that junk be on point. The thing is, a lot of people would miss his message because they would pay attention to his tone.
Straight up, the nigga is rude.
He is.
I'm sorry. It's the truth. And look,
I can't comment on any of this stuff because I do not know who you guys are talking about.
Big facts, real quick, big facts.
But I can understand what Omar is saying in reference to using names of high regard and like, if it's a duck and it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. Like, let's not call it the queen duck. We don't know shit.
Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah. We black, we have culture or whatever, and we're, whatever, right? not everybody was a fucking king and queen.
Did you hear that?
Straight
no,
up.
No. Not everybody even
No.
holds themselves at that
No.
high regard. First off, people don't have that high self-esteem.
No.
To even think of.
But see, that's
that
the
whole,
point.
You know.
That's the point. A gentleman named Dr. Umar Johnson, because he identified and he recognized that there were individuals who did not have that self-esteem.
Yeah.
I understand the good intention to actually say, you know, you're a king, you're a queen. But if you got people that's following young ladies like the city girls,
Oh, God.
you understand? Now, and if you go up to them and you be like, yo, what's going on, queen? Now, when you take a look at how they behave themselves, how they carry themselves.
That's not a queen.
You know what I'm saying? Now, compare their behavior to what you know a queen to be.
It's not
What
a queen.
is a queen to you?
Point blank, period. That's not a queen.
Now,
What's it- well,
hold
okay.
on.
Go ahead.
So this is the thing.
Sorry.
That is a good question.
What is
And
a queen to you?
when you think of a queen, I don't care who it is, you think of elegance.
I think of regalness, sure. Yes.
Okay, you think of royalty.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine a queen twerking?
Hell no.
Okay.
That would never
No,
happen.
tell me if you can really imagine a
You
queen.
know what's so funny? I just finished watching Coming to America too this weekend. I
All
know,
right.
don't kill me. Don't kill me, but yeah.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right.
But it's funny how you say that, because when Leslie Jones from Queens comes up into Africa and she's all like, acting all ignorant
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. or
Everybody's
whatever.
looking.
The queen, the actual queen who comes from New York, she's looking at her like, why are you bringing this ratchet
Wow.
ass, ghetto ass
Wow.
female up in this,
Wow.
Yeah.
elegancy, this regalness? You done trampled this whole thing. And even though Leslie Jones was like, oh, she's really real, I really like her, but in the end of the day, I understand, because it's a certain way that you have to carry yourself, a certain stature, status as well, just a certain way that you would carry yourself, and you command self-respect.
Absolutely.
I would have to say that unfortunately he was trying to do that with good intent, but he should have taught them self-awareness as well.
Exactly. So that's what Kevin Samuels do.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels, he creates awareness, but he just rude with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
know what I'm
see.
saying?
I see.
And then you got Dr. Umar Johnson, who wants to build your self-esteem, but he is not creating self-awareness. So you got one dude that's on this side, super extreme. You got this other dude that's on this side. I think that it needs to be brought in the middle and say, okay, I'm creating awareness,
No.
and with that, with that awareness, you also are saying this. After you know what this awareness is, this is what a queen is. This is what a king is.
I agree with that. However, I do think that the two gentlemen that you're saying, I don't know them, so I can't really say much, but to each his own. Like this guy you're saying, whoever Daniels is super rude. You know what? The crowd that follows him, maybe that's how they like their messages to be said to them.
They don't. Trust me.
I don't know.
They don't.
I don't know, because I'm like, then why are we following him?
Because
if he's so damn rude.
He says stuff and
Oh,
he's very
I don't
entertaining.
follow that.
But this is the point.
I don't know.
So even though we went into that dynamic and I was talking about, kingdoms and everything, I want to touch so like, how does that connect to, a woman wants a good man, but when it requires her to
be a better woman.
to be a better woman, how does that pertain
That's
to
the problem.
How does that pertain to that? Before I even go into that aspect, it is important for me to touch base on what is a king. All right? We're going to touch base on what the man is.
Okay.
Because it's important that we do this so that we could add value, or it could be valid for the woman.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my time, and y'all can jump in at any time, whatever case may be.
Go ahead.
So with the man, there was a young lady I was having a conversation with my barber, and shout out to Call, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, the Cutway, you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Had to give it, follow him real quick. So
all right.
I was at my barber, and we was having a conversation, and a young lady that was that was there, she said, this guy, he was hollering at me, and when I didn't give him the time of day, he began to express to himself that, oh, I'm a king, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm a king, and that was his take on everything. Now, let me tell you this, all right? Let me tell you this.
Oh, yeah.
When you're talking about building a kingdom, you got to know what a king is, young man. And so the reason why I'm speaking to you that way is because if you're still living with your parents and you have yet to move out, you've never left. They're still paying your bills. In fact, yeah, you got females, and yeah, you smashing these females, but at the same time, they're paying your cell phone bill. At the same time, they're taking care of you. You're not a king. You're not the head of the household. For a king, what a king does, a king is responsible for the finances, not just in his home, but in his kingdom.
Yes.
He's responsible for the trade. He's responsible. What he does is he owns land. What he does is he makes sure, he even knows about the agriculture. He knows what the farmers are supposed to do. A king, he even knows what the commanders. He knows what the commanders are supposed to do. So in the event that they go to war, he ain't just telling his commanders to go. He's in battle with them. The point that I'm actually saying is he has more than one role. He is a financial provider. He is a protector. He's an owner. He makes these things happen.
Right.
All right. And by doing these things, now you can invite somebody into your circle and not mooch off of somebody.
But the person adds to you.
There we go.
Exactly.
There we go.
Not take away from your kingdom.
So what happens when a brother that's at this capacity? Now we're going to transition. What happens when a brother is at this capacity? He meets a young lady that has not yet presented herself as a queen. What happens?
You leave her. You leave her and you find someone that does, emulate what you want in a woman. I don't understand what the big problem is.
Because people are shallow.
That's what the problem is there. Let me tell you what the problem is.
Well, that's why we try to get to know someone. That's why we date. This is why we have conversations.
Yeah.
And this is why I have a timetable. I don't go no more than what 3 to 6 months if I don't see something coming into fruition. 6 months is not a long time.
Let me ask y'all something when you're done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but let me ask y'all something. Do you think most divorces happen because the kingdoms are not built?
That's right.
Divorces happen because the finances weren't together. So yeah, I believe trust.
That's kingdom not built.
That's what I'm saying. I believe trust and finances make the kingdom. Like this is what we need to do. But too many people get into relationships, especially women, and don't talk about the finances.
That's what I'm saying. So
okay. And this is where we're fucked up. Too many people get into relationships and they take on their partner's debt. This is why J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez ain't together, so y'all know.
We can say that, but check me out.
It's the debt.
What does talking about finances look like?
Building a kingdom, building a legacy.
But what does that look like?
It looks like me exchanging bank accounts with you and also what your money and your mindset is at. I need to know. It's really your mindset. Money is a mindset. Money is a mindset. And if you don't know how to handle your money, then you don't know how to, then you can't organize. If you're not organizing your life daily, you're not going to be organized with your money.
But all right, so there's people that's dating right now. So I wouldn't recommend nobody exchange your bank accounts.
Not yet. No,
I won't do that. Now, what I would recommend. So let me check. All right. So I'm gonna piggyback.
Until we're married.
So check this out. Check this out. So if you want to build a kingdom, all right, this is for both the man and the woman. I want y'all to see yourselves in this scenario. So imagine that a man is paying. Y'all going on your first date. So a man is paying $200 on the ticket. All right. So now on the bill. So now that he's paid $200, you liked his vibe. He likes your vibe. He invites you out again. Second week. Now he's paying more money. Now, after he's paying more money, now check this out. Second week, all right, cool, I feel that. But now y'all went out on 4 dates, and every single date was 150, 120, 200, 250. And so now
she's not adding it up.
So now check this out.
She's not.
So check this out. On the 4th date, I don't know what kind of conversations y'all have, or y'all just want butterflies and bubble guts. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all really want a real relationship and want to have a real future. But on the 4th date, I'm trying to figure out, did you find out what this person's aspirations are? Did you find out what their goals are?
I would say find your goals, but I don't. Okay, I think there's certain things you don't do or discuss within
4th date.
Within dating terms. Like I'm not
4th date. If I spent almost $1,000 on you, we can't even get to the conversation where I know what your goals are.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could talk about our goals. No problem. Let's talk about our goals.
Right.
Let's talk about okay. All right. So when does the money conversation should come in?
So check this out. What goal can you accomplish that don't take finances in building a kingdom? That's my point. So if this young lady now sees, okay, this brother is spending $200. This brother is spending all this money. You know what they say? They said, oh, he set the bar that high.
Yep. It's like he's supposed to.
He's supposed to now because this is what he did already. Instead of, go ahead, bro.
This is the problem with the way women see it, man. Like straight up, if I set the bar high that I'm showing you, hey, I'm spending this kind of money on you, I'm trying to show you what I can do for you. But at the same time, you have to value what I'm doing for you. And even so, when the money goes away, let's say, for example, I say, okay, hey, listen, we went out on 4 or 5 dates. I spent $200 each, blah, blah, blah. And then that time comes when I go, hey, listen, we got to slow down. And we're going to go to Chili's. We're going to go eat something small. You know what I mean? But the woman, a woman who sees herself as being high valued and sees that she's getting treated a certain type of way in the beginning, does not expect to see you take it down.
Now check me out. I want to respond to this young lady.
She doesn't want to build. She doesn't want to build a kingdom.
1 second. So you're right. You absolutely right. It was my choice. But check this out. I chose to spend $1,000 on you because I wanted you to know that I think you're worth it. That was my decision.
Thank you.
But because you want to build a future with me, we went on 4 dates and you still getting butterflies. At what point will you say, you know what? You said that you wanted to get a house, and right now you're renting.
Yeah, right now you're spending too much money.
Right now you're spending too much money on us.
Where is that woman?
Yeah, no, not on the 4 dates.
No, what do you mean?
Not on the 4th date.
What do you
I'm so
mean?
sorry.
But listen
I
to
don't
the
feel like
message.
you know someone until after 2 years.
This is my thing, of course. But
I
hold
don't
on,
feel like
hold
you
on.
know someone until after 2 years.
But the topic is not knowing someone. The topic is
then why
observing.
are you spending that much money on them if you don't know them?
All right, real quick. If you don't know that you're gonna be with that person
and
by the
not.
4th date, no, it's not.
But you're not gonna know on the 4th date.
That's impossible. Riza, look,
Most
straight
people
up.
get into
When you start
relationships and
talking to
don't even
somebody, I don't care what anyone says. This is my opinion. When you start talking to someone, you know immediately after a couple of times of being with them whether you're gonna stay with them long term or this is just a fling. It's just that easy.
It depends.
No, what does it depend on? How many chances do you have to give on depends?
Well, it's just how long does it take for you guys to access for the hand in marriage?
No, it takes some men a while. Some men are crazy enough to ask within 3 to 6 months, and you look at them like they're crazy.
But we missing the point.
I do look at them like
we missing the point.
Uh-huh.
The point is really this. Now, if you're trying to build a kingdom, and I got to the point where I'm saying, man, I could see a potential future. Wouldn't it be mature enough to say, hey, listen, you've spent enough.
Absolutely.
How about we go for a walk this time? As a matter of fact, let's go grab a public sub and let's go have a picnic in the park.
But a lot of women don't do that.
But this is my
That's
point.
bullshit. I've done that.
But even if you've done that, hold on.
I didn't say you didn't.
But
I know,
a lot
but I'm saying
don't.
that I've seen some women that do that. A lot of women do that.
But once again, we're saying a lot of women do that.
A lot of women have done
the
that.
women
yes.
I've dealt with.
Hold on, but look, you're missing the point. Even though we can say a lot of women did, a lot of women didn't.
Yeah.
The point is about building a king. I don't want to stray away from the point because that sends a message. What I'm trying to do is create awareness as to what message this sends to someone that really wants a real relationship. If you want a real relationship, that sends a message to that man that, okay, I know I'm spending my money on this woman, but when I give her access to my bank account, I know that she knows how to handle money.
Yeah.
She's not just going to spend frivolously. So I can give her the access when that time comes, when I'm ready to make her my wife. But right now, I just saw the first sign, and I need to see some more signs.
Okay, so I think, Omar, then I think you men should bring up the money topic on the 2nd or 3rd date. Before we go on the 4th date, I think you guys should bring the subject
Let me tell you something.
up. No. And I'm saying this because we women were not taught financial literacy. We were not taught that. We weren't. Okay.
That has absolutely nothing.
Yes, it does, because if the woman is not financially literate, if she's not financially literate, she wouldn't know how to spend your money. She wouldn't know how to spend your money. She doesn't know how to spend her own money.
I got to bring out the old story.
She ain't gonna be frugal with yours. She ain't frugal with hers.
So I bought my car when I was 16 years old.
Oh, geez.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, not you.
That's fine. That's fine. I bought my car, and you know what? Some people could discount it because I was young at that age. And yes, I was with my wife from when I was 16, and I'm 31 right now. But when I first bought my car, I was not with my wife at the time. All right. So what I did was I went on dates with different females. Okay. And when I went on dates with different females, this is what my dad taught me. My dad put me on game. So what I did was I took these females to McDonald's. Every single date, I started off at McDonald's. And then when I went to McDonald's, every single female was like, on the first date, you gonna take me to McDonald's? Every single female. And you wanna know what happened? I bought them exactly what they ordered. And then the date was whatever the date was. All right, point blank and period. I went and I took my wife on a date. This was our first date. And I pulled up to McDonald's and I said, what you want? And she leaned forward and she looked at that menu and she said, let me get I skirted off. She was like, where you going? I said, I'm taking you to a restaurant.
Aww,
now,
that was
no,
so
but this
sweet.
is the point. She did not make a big deal about how to go about it.
Nah.
She actually was down with, because the date was to get to know me.
Yep.
It wasn't so that it can get, and at that moment I said to myself, yo, I can see a future with this young lady.
You see how quick that was? You see how quick that was?
On the first date, I can see a future with this chick.
That's because I believe that your wife was very self-aware, had high self-esteem, knew who she was, and knew what she wanted.
But that's the point of us having this conversation. We're not gonna call city girls queens.
Hell
we
no.
are
No,
creating,
we're not.
but we are creating awareness. If you don't have queen-like attitude right now, then guess what? You got the opportunity to change it. We're not gonna use the excuse that people weren't raised that way. Today is a new day, and learn something new and do something different. Dog, get out of here with that.
Do better when you know
Do
better.
better.
You
Do better. That's the
When
purpose.
you know better, you
This
do better.
episode is
Exactly.
not to make an excuse for anybody.
No.
It ain't to make an excuse for the brother that's sitting on the couch. It ain't excuse to make an excuse for the woman that don't know how to treat a man. You better learn. Otherwise, your outcome's gonna suck for the rest of your life.
Brother, you are not a king if you have no ownership to anything. If
That's
you live
true.
with your mama because you got a nice car, don't mean shit.
Oh, God.
You
Dog,
are
get
not
outta
a
here,
king,
man.
Dude. Like,
You have the potential to become a king.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you down, but you gotta have some aspirations,
I'm
bro.
gonna put you down because what the fuck you talking about?
You know, but not all men who have their shit together
We ain't talking to them.
are the shit.
Nah,
We
I
ain't
ain't
talking to
talking-
them.
nah, we ain't
we
talking to
creating
them.
awareness right now.
We talking to the fakers in the.
Then women need to be aware of themselves, and they need to have higher self-esteem and higher standards.
That's the thing.
Okay?
But
That's it.
That's the thing.
And stop making such a big deal about like these, you know, these titles, because so many women are like, "What? When am I going to be your girlfriend? Where's the title?" Like,
Oh, yeah.
they make such a big
Oh,
deal
yeah.
about
Oh,
what
yeah.
am I? Where's this going to go? And all. Stop making such a big deal about it. Trust me, love will come to you.
There's women out here-
There is no rush. Love will come to you. You
There's-
spend more time in a relationship than you do being single.
There's
So
women out
enjoy
here
it while it lasts.
rushing to be married as if it makes a difference to hold on to the relationship. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Now
I don't get it.
Now we're gonna
Well,
talk
if it
about.
starts fast, it ends fast.
Now we go. Say that again.
If it starts fast, it ends fast.
That's a concept that happens in everything in life.
And I don't understand why people can't understand.
You can't
like,
build
duh,
kingdoms
like,
fast.
You can't build a kingdom in 3 to 6 months.
No.
You don't really know someone. Like, listen, not for nothing. I didn't cook for my boyfriend for a whole year. Why? Because I kind of felt like that was a wifey duty type thing. I'm like, I don't really know you like that, you know. But and even though we were dating, I was like, nah, you know. For me, I felt like cooking was a privilege.
Put what you disagree with.
Huh?
No, I was just saying, keep going.
Oh.
I was just saying, put what you disagree with.
So I didn't cook for him for like a whole year. And when I did cook for him, I made rice. And he loved it. And ever since then, that's it. I'm on rice duty.
So
since.
So this is the thing. A lot of people think bringing what bringing to the table. They think that just money is something that should be brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? So in building kingdoms, let me tell you, if it's just you and the other person, all right, it's just y'all two. That's what life is right now.
Does love matter?
We gonna get there. We gonna get there. But right now, it's just y'all two. It's just y'all two. So stacking your bread and getting assets, that matters, right? But what happens if a baby comes into the picture?
Ooh.
Now, when the baby comes into the picture, now you pivot. You have to pivot. The situation has changed. And so now where you was once bringing money to the table, now you might have to bring something else to the table. Now I have to ask you, would you rather your husband stay home and be a house daddy? Or would you rather stay home and take care of the kids because you were a nurturer? You were created to be a nurturer. You know what I'm saying? And so here it is. You still want your job and you still want your career. I get that. But the salary that you're getting paid right now, let me ask you this question. Do you know how much daycare is?
Daycare is fucking
Daycare
expensive.
will eat up all of your paycheck.
Rent.
And so you would basically be working for free.
Rent.
So while you up here talking about you want to make your own money, well, guess what? The daycare is making your money.
Yeah,
So that being said, not only is the daycare making your money, but also at the same time, the daycare is raising your children. Your children could now get behaviors that you don't condone. And now it's counterproductive how to raise your children because they got other behaviors that they're raising with your children. Is that the life you want for yourself? We're talking about building kingdoms.
So this question says, so kingship depends on physical possessions or monetary gain. Well,
if that's what you heard, then you've been blinded.
Kingship is a mindset. Kingship is a mindset. You have to start with a strong mind first so that we can go ahead and build a better foundation for the entire kingdom. If you don't go in with a strong mindset, then the whole kingdom falls apart. That's why we want powerful men or women, whatever your choice is.
A king is a king no matter his status. I think to be a king in an apartment, and a king can be a king in a home, but I can put a crown on his head no matter where he is still a king.
Now, that's why I said at the very beginning of the video, it was important to say you can build a kingdom in your home. Now, wherever your home is, that's where you can build a kingdom. Now, that being said, when you talk about kings, what is he a king of? The PS4? Is that what you want the crown to be? You want to be the best gamer out there. Or a king, what he does is he takes care of his possessions. He also takes care of the people that's connected to him. He not only takes care of his royal family, but the peasants also. The peasants also depend on the king. And so that being said, are you taking care of the people that's connected to you? Are you even taking care of the people that associated with you? You are operating at a king level, whether it's emotionally, whether it's psychologically, or whether it's physically or financially. You are operating at a king level. But if you are a moocher, a king in history of kingship has never mooched.
That's what I'm saying. The king we're talking about is the false kings, the kings who claim they have whatever and have nothing, the ones who take possessions as being a king when you don't have anything to provide for anyone else but yourself. A king is not selfish. A king thinks about everyone around them how they can build with the people around them because they know they are the king. So that's the problem with the people nowadays. They don't know how to be kings, nor queens know how to be queens because they don't know how to add to their king to make him bigger, to grow the whole family, the household, the people around them bigger. That's the problem with nowadays.
So when you consider this, now what kind of life you got to ask yourself, what kind of life do you really want to have? All right? Do you want a life that's successful? Think about it. I don't know the last time if y'all ever thought about y'all life like for real in detail. You know what I'm saying? Go to the beach. Go sit down and really contemplate how you living. All right? Are you satisfied with the outcomes in your life? Think about your dating relationships. Think about your dating life. How satisfied are you with how you're dating? Now, I'm going to now touch base on a question that Riv just asked me. Does love matter? Now, does love really matter? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you what love will do. Love will make you. I heard Eve.
Please.
Love is blind.
Yeah.
It will take over your mind.
I personally think love should be illegal. If you ask me, I think
that's extreme.
Shit. Because love isn't? Because love
Even
love will get you shot.
But
love will
does
get you
anybody
into
really
problems.
know
Love will
love
get you
is?
into some legal
Does anybody
situations.
know what love is?
Bro, there is no love. I'm trying to tell you. Sex got easier to
no.
find. Love got harder to get.
But just because that's the case, that doesn't necessarily mean that the definition of love just vanished.
Love exists.
Love exists.
It does. Okay.
It's
yes,
just,
love is love. Yes.
I
but
get it.
Come
I get
on,
it. We're talking from different experiences. I get it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And so those experiences can be very toxic, and it can also cause you to lose hope. But I'm telling you, it's available out there.
Love can be toxic. Love gets people into some major problems.
Some stupid situations.
Don't
All
you
right.
guys see that? Like, it does.
So
much
psychologically,
issues.
sidebar, that's why we cannot, and somebody's going to disagree until they really digest what I'm saying. So I'm going to say this very slow. We cannot control our emotions. You cannot, and I'm going to give you an example so you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe today you did not feel like going to work, okay? Just because you did not feel like going to work, did you go to work?
No.
I did.
I went to work. I didn't feel like
today.
now.
I got that luxury. Let me stop.
No, but look.
Yes.
So in the event that you did not feel like going to work, you let your feelings rule your life. And if you said, okay, I don't feel like going to work, but I'm going to go anyways, then you just prove that you're strong enough to overcome your emotions. So if love have you feeling to do some crazy things, you got to understand that you're strong enough to overcome those crazy things. That's just the bottom line. So you're not led by your...
But people fall into the pits of it anyway.
That's fine.
But like you said,
that happens.
People cannot control their emotions, so therefore...
So if you can't
They're crazy.
control your emotions, but guess what you can control? Your actions. Your actions have absolutely these are two separate entities. Your emotions leads your actions when you don't know you have control over your actions.
Listen,
So that's
love is
deep.
a powerful
it is.
drug.
That's
When
deep.
I tell you love is one of the most powerful
Okay.
drugs you will ever get.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
But
It's-
your will is
it's-
stronger. Your will is even more powerful. So I'm going to speak to
No,
the.
I don't think that many people. You're so optimistic, but I don't think that many people have that willful power.
But
they don't.
They probably don't know that they're that strong.
No,
but we all
I don't
have it
think
on
they
it,
do.
and that's fine. That's fine. But we all have it on the inside of us. Let me tell you this. Now I want to speak to the young woman who really loves this guy, and this guy is pressuring you to do some things that you really don't want to do. All right. I want to speak to that young woman. All right. I want you to value your virtues over how much you love that young man. The reason why I say that is because a lot of times you do some things that you don't want to do because you want to keep that man. But understand that that's not what's going to keep that man. It's your virtues. It's your standards that you set for yourself. So if you honor your virtues and you say, okay, I'm going to honor my virtues, even if I have to lose this bum, even if I have to lose this guy, well, guess what? By you honoring your virtues, the right guy is going to choose you.
But women are always afraid. Well, I'm not going to say only women, but both parties are always afraid to lose the other because of that. They feel like they want to go ahead and trump their values as far as what they had in mind, and they just let it go. And that's the problem. This is why you end up settling for what you don't want, and you in the end of it, 10 years from now, you're like trying to dig yourself out of a hole.
It's a ditch.
And you hate the person, or you don't want to be
feel
there.
resentment
You
and
so
stuff
you
like
resent
that
them,
towards
and then
the
you break
person.
someone else because your ass didn't have your shit together to know to keep your same values that you fucking cherished.
You cannot.
That's how you break in kingdom.
You can't go into a relationship without knowing who you are.
But a lot of people go into the relationship knowing who
So
they are.
stop getting into a relationship if you don't know who you are.
That's
This is so simple. I don't understand what the
They
big
know who
deal
they
is.
are. The
No,
thing
they
is, they're
think
trying
they
to
know who they
play.
are.
They're trying to please the
They
person.
think they know who they are, and
No,
that's the problem.
honor your self-respect. Honor your self-virtue. Honor your
not.
self-values. Honor your self-morality. Honor thyself first. Because unfortunately, when I go to bed, I need to sleep with my thoughts. I need to sleep by
This
myself.
is the problem. This is why people make the mistake of depending on others to keep them fucking happy. This is how they all
That's the
mess
problem.
up.
Everybody depends on somebody else to
and
make
I
them
think
happy
a lot
instead
of
of them
people
working on
confuse
themselves.
love for lust, because it's really lust at the end of the day. Your feeling of wanting to be around that person so hard that you have a physical feeling, but yet your mental is blocked out.
Yeah.
Like you don't think straight to know, hey, I shouldn't be doing this because guess what? That person doesn't add to me. That's lust. You fucking up.
Now,
straight up.
When you say honor yourself, honor your morale, that's a really nice concept. But the definition of these words really are meaningful. Acknowledge doesn't mean only to acknowledge. Honor, it has an expected outcome. That means that there is an outcome, there is a result that you're expecting that will benefit your future. So it's not just to say, okay, this is what I like to do. No, I know. I'm going to go back to the example. I know that I'm a saver. And I know right now I want to please this young lady, so I'll spend a little bit of my savings or whatever. But I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to let her know that, okay, I was spending this money so I could let you know what I bring to the table. Now it's time to go back to my regular life and save my money to go and get my goals. Are you with me?
Would you respect me if I took your ass to fucking Burger King for the first trip?
Come on.
The first trip around to a restaurant.
Answer in there.
Would you?
Answer in there.
I guess it's not
Would you respect me? All right, so you see, all right, take it like this. I'm going to give you a short, quick example.
You know how 50 Cent said it, in the question song?
Yeah.
He's like, would you still love me if I was riding on the bus?
So I got my own place. I got my own car. I got a good job.
Yes, you do.
And I make enough money to feed everybody. But I take your ass to Burger King. How the fuck you gonna feel?
Think about that.
Are you gonna look at the things that I have and put it in a circle like I should be spending more money on you?
No.
Like, how should you take it? Because I just got to know you, and I want to show you that everything isn't about money for me, but valuing who you are to get to know who you are. Yet I'm feeding you to give you something in your stomach so you can be satisfied. Yet you take it to a level of saying you're disagreeing because I'm not giving you enough of what you want.
I'm sorry, bro.
How about we not take each other out to eat and we just have a conversation?
That's beautiful, but the thing is,
and we can just eliminate this: who pays for who, how much I'm paying, woo woo woo. Just take
great
me
if
to the
it was like
goddamn
that.
park.
It would
well,
be
take
great
me
if
to
it
the
was
fucking
like that.
park
And
and we'll just have a conversation.
But
like,
not
this
everyone
is ridiculous.
that you
This
experience,
whole dating thing and this whole relationship.
not everyone that you experience, me personally, is that way. Like, I meet some people who are completely fake. Like, you'll tell me, oh yeah, I'm all about, just chilling. We could just talk. We don't have to go nowhere.
That's what they say.
And then we don't go anywhere. And it's like,
you broke, nigga.
Broke. Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with this nigga? He don't go nowhere. He don't spend nothing.
What kind of women do you guys?
Yo, before what
I know don't act the way y'all.
I promise you.
But I'm just saying, before what I'm doing now, before who I'm talking to now, yo, that shit was all fucked up.
I'm sure.
Like, that's what it is. I'm just saying, like, it's just like their morals, their values are just trash, yo. Like, why can't we go to the simple places?
Do you think social media has anything to do with this?
Man, social media is the fucking devil. Like, I'm sorry, man.
Like, at what point? Because for real, like, I'm sorry. I'm from the 80s, grew up in the 90s. So, like, we didn't grow up with social media. We had to meet you really authentically, organically through a friend of a friend or somebody, or going out or
old school.
Or something
even
like
though
that.
we ain't old.
Old school, and we had to figure this all out on our own.
Yep.
Self-awareness, financial literacy. We had to figure that shit out.
Yeah,
but
remember them days you go up to her, you like, hey, listen, I like you, and I just want to see if maybe you could be my girl. You remember them days?
I know that was so cute back then when they asked us out for real.
You want to know the quickest way to get disrespected as a man these days that I've actually seen? I'm talking about in my circle of brothers. The quickest way for you to get for you to get disrespected. Young lady still living with her family. My boys, they living by themselves, and so this young lady, she got a job, right? But here it is. She's texting this, hey, can you send me cash out for $40? And so he's like, yo, what bills do you have?
Okay.
What bills do you have that you can't have $40? Oh, we dating. You can't give me $40.
Oh,
I am concerned. This dude is like, I am concerned that you don't have real bills, but you have a full-time job and you ain't got no savings.
I think that was a test.
Even if it was a test, we are adults.
Stop
This
living
is not an adult.
life.
1 second.
Stop testing us about that, though.
First, again, we women are not taught financial literacy,
and we are talking about it right now.
If you guys want to talk about financial literacy with the female, then bring it up on the second and third date. That's it, because we are not taught that. Or you guys start to teach us then financial literacy.
Hey,
Because let's face it, a lot of women ain't reading books. Let's face it, some of us ain't reading books.
but-
I did. I decided to educate myself.
You can say that all you want to.
But here's the thing. A lot of people ain't self-educating themselves. That's where the problem is. That's where the lack of self-awareness
but
comes.
don't assume that for all women because in this society, we have a lot of women that have bachelor's degrees. We have a lot of women that have PhDs.
But yet you're talking about women who are very immature and they don't seem to be very self-aware
But
and are
these
just
women are
dating
nurses.
dudes for money?
These dudes are, I hear what you're saying and I hear the judgment you're coming from.
It's not judgment. It's not judgment.
No, but that's the thing, because you're saying, where are you getting these women from? Like, the thing that I'm trying to say is their purpose, they ain't trying to build kingdoms. That's the point. I ain't trying to point fingers. I'm trying to give answers. These people are having real life mindset issues out here.
How do you expect a man to respect you or see you a certain type of way when you're asking him for some money through Cash App to play a test on him?
First off, do not ask a man for any money. I'm sorry, but I'm a woman who doesn't have any daddy issues, so therefore I don't have to ask another man to give me money or to feed me or to do any of that mess. Well, so unfortunately,
there is some woman behind this camera right now that's really applauding you because that's not their story. So they have to hear this.
So I'm trying to tell for those women who didn't have a father growing up and still are very strong-minded and have a lot of, self-respect and things of that nature, and understand that they don't need a man and they don't need to ask a man for money. If you ask a man for money initially, like within just 3 to 6 months of just dating, honestly, and like he said, $40.
I'm gonna tell you, hold on, I gotta jump in
but
on
if you
this.
don't have savings,
I gotta touch that phrase. That phrase pissed me off.
What? Oh, you actually said a cuss word?
That's not a curse word. You will never hear me
For
say a
white
curse
people,
word.
it is. Shush.
You don't need men. You don't need men.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, hold on. What battle was ever won with a group of women? You don't need men. No, babe. No, listen, you don't need men. Listen, y'all get that phrase out your vocabulary because we need each other.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. And if you a young lady that's saying that you don't need a man, well, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to live a lost life. We need each other, period. All right? And so you tell me what civilization was successful without a man?
What civilization was successful when they actually treated their women with respect and didn't treat them like second-class citizens? Because unless we start to treat the women better,
but you're missing
the civilization isn't going to get better.
If the woman were in there, if the women weren't
you guys
there,
need to
this
be
is going to be a
kings.
different
First
kind of
off,
conversation.
you guys need to be kings and us for us to be
Hold on,
queens.
this is
So
gonna be
if you guys don't act
we
like
never
kings,
needed a woman to win a war. You never needed a woman to win a war.
But
the
you
only
need the
thing
information.
the only thing we really needed
but you
women
need
for.
the information.
Say that again.
But y'all need the information.
What you
right?
mean the information?
The information before you go to war, or you just go to war?
And we get that from a woman? No, we get that from a man to go and do a scouting report. See, the thing is, we've been supporting women and children all our lives, and now we live in a society where there's women that are saying, we don't need men. Bro, men have been there for survival for eternity. Now, not eternity, for the time of the earth. The point that I'm actually saying is this. I will never deny that women was mistreated. I will never deny that. And I don't believe that they ever should be. But for a woman to say that they don't need a man, there is nowhere in history where a woman was able to sustain without a man. So I don't know where this propaganda comes from, but I would rather stand on this. We need each other. Because that junk right there is bull junk.
Yeah.
That junk is bull junk.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to emphatically disagree.
Okay.
Because, I am part of the LGBT community. So in the end of the day, whether a woman can also do the same thing too. It doesn't matter. It's a person. In the end of the day, we're not looking for gender specifically. This is a person issue. You need to act like who you are. If
absolutely.
you regard
that was
yourself,
a sidebar.
if you regard yourself as a and you're a stud, then you act like a king, my stud. Okay? So I'm just saying, we all just need to, play our roles.
I ain't even much gonna lie to you. I'm gonna just leave that right there.
I'm having fun right now.
I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there.
Oh man,
because you already know my stance on it. I mean, if she's a king, she should pay for entry at the club. That's all I gotta say. She should pay for it.
I agree with you.
That's all I gotta say.
She shouldn't use her gender to get in for free.
She shouldn't get in for free.
Because it's ladies' night.
None of her drinks should be for free. Her entry shouldn't be in for free.
Your role. Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Just act your role.
Absolutely. If you want to be a man, be a man.
Oh my God.
That's all. If you want to be a man, be a man.
Yo,
that's all I gotta say.
Yo, we not knocking your sexuality or whatever the
That's
fuck.
not what this is.
It's not, because I want everybody just to be clear. This is not about a sexuality thing. This is non-gender
it's not about that.
specific,
it's not
especially not for me. I'm not gender specific.
Big
I don't
facts.
discriminate.
Big facts. All I want to do is touch base on standards. On standards. You can't. One of the things that RZA said at the beginning is that, bro, you can't call a duck a lion. You can't call a duck a lion.
Hey, have you heard that song? Sheep don't run with lion, no.
No, you got to sing that fully. I don't know. I don't know that.
Sheep don't run with lion. Snake don't swim with monkey.
I think I heard that.
I never heard that.
I think I heard that, man. But real talk.
For too long, got too much gold to try on.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know how stupid you look thinking that a fish could climb a tree? Thinking that a monkey
can fly.
But they ain't got nothing to do with climbing trees. Nothing to do with climbing trees. What?
I'm just saying.
Oh
we
my
got a
God.
whole anomaly in the animal world. I don't know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to say is, man, everybody has a standard. Anything that's successful in this world has a standard. All right. How do you know that you're getting a promotion? Well, you had a standard that you had to meet. All right. How do you know you were going to the next grade? Well, guess what? There was a grading system. That's called a standard that you had to meet.
Right. You can't go into nursing without having to take prerequisites.
Real quick, since we got about 10 minutes left.
Shoot.
But I wish y'all would chime in and call 786-383-2219. That's 786-383-2219.
All right now. Now, but big facts, man. Hey, there's standards, man. And I think it's very dangerous for individuals to call themselves kings and queens when they ain't producing these outcomes. Their mentality is all jacked up. And they're saying, oh, I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's really crazy. In fact, that's insane that you calling yourself something that you ain't even producing action. Haven't you ever heard of words? Actions speak louder than words.
Very true.
What kind of life you living out here calling yourself a king and you out here doing some peasant stuff?
To all the parents, to me, real quick, if you're going to call your son a king or a prince, and you're going to call your daughter a princess, raise them as one. Make them better than you are, since you might not be able to be a king or a queen. And it's not to knock you, but hold that value high for them so they can be successful if you can't do it. I
know y'all see the title and everything, but this ain't a topic just for me to talk about. I'm going to let y'all know how I'm about this life. I was at the gas station one day, and there was a young man that was sitting in the car while his girlfriend is pumping gas. And so what I decided to do, I get out the vehicle, and I walk over, and I'm like, yo, excuse me, what's your name? So then Buddy see me approach this young lady, and he's like, hey, bro, you straight? I'm like, yeah, I'm asking her for my name. He was like, you don't need to know that. She good, she with me. I said, perfect. I'm glad you said that, because I'm trying to figure out why she pumping gas and you sitting in the car, sir.
Hey, what did he say?
So this is my point that I'm actually saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because
I've seen worse. I saw this girl I was in Puerto Rico. Hold on, not to cut you off. No, and I feel you, and it's just going to touch on what you just said, but I was in Puerto Rico, and I literally saw a girl push the car while her man was in the car.
You see this foolishness? No, he's a king. Yeah, that's what y'all call a king. Yeah,
oh my God.
You have your girl push a vehicle while you resting in the car, steering the wheel.
But again, what does it say about what does it say about her
2021
for choosing him or her?
2020.
Or him
that's what y'all created. 2021.
It does.
All right. Is that your boyfriend today? Whoever listening to this?
But it says more about it. It also says more about who they chose. They chose each other.
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, like I told a friend of mine, if you ain't shit, don't expect him to be shit. Okay?
Yeah,
because two ain't shit people are gonna pick two ain't shit people. That's it.
Just because. I ain't gonna lie. There are some women that actually see the potential in a guy.
I don't fall for potential, baby. I'm sorry. Potential never got me past the fucking
I'm sorry.
grade.
Well, hey, thank God for my wife, because she fell for potential. And because she held on to her value, and she made, you can say, oh, this is real, man. Because this is the thing. Because she held on to her value, she made me want to be better. And guess what I did? I did better.
Yeah,
that's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just falling for potential. It's also, how are you honoring your values? Are you standing firm? Are you carrying yourself the way you should be carrying? Because if you see somebody's potential, but you ain't living up to your potential, then guess what y'all gonna have? Two, what you said?
Shit people.
All right now. You can say that twice.
Yeah. And two ain't shit people gonna have an ain't shit baby. No offense. But I'm just saying.
And oh man, they're gonna be raised with my children.
Exactly. Listen, this is why I don't have children, thank God.
Y'all better raise y'all sons right for my daughters.
Oh my God.
Because I know my son getting raised right.
I'm really sorry for the pool that's coming about, because the confusion.
But the point, man, listen, this is all that, man. We were all over the place, maybe, man. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. A kingdom is about the standards that you set and the values that you honor and the culture that you create together. Now, I know we were talking about relationships, but also a kingdom is your homeboy. It's your homegirl. You know what I'm saying? So if you see them still doing some things that they shouldn't be doing, you know what I'm saying? It's not your responsibility to be a yes man. You have to challenge their minds. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, you've been in this situation since I knew you, bruh. Tell me, man, what you trying to do outside of this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be honest with your friends. If you see that they ain't doing shit, tell them. Call them out. Hey, you ain't First off, you won't be a friend if you don't tell them the truth. Let's just be honest. That's it. You're not a friend if
Listen,
you
man, if you that guy that's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, you suck.
You ain't shit.
You ain't nothing, man.
Okay, yeah, but you don't want a friend that also tells you all the time and puts you down either. You want somebody that helps you, that's
balance.
resourceful.
It's got to be some balance.
Right, there's, somebody that'll help you get your shit together. Oh, my God.
So let me get, since none of y'all chimed in today, none of y'all. But let me get y'all final thoughts. So what's up, Riza? Hit me up with your final thought about today.
Oh, yeah, sure. Definitely build kingdoms and kingdoms. But you definitely have to hold yourself up to that regard. Again, you gotta go into the relationship fully in knowing who you are and self-aware and knowing that you want to grow with the person.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, Omar?
I don't know if y'all heard this in the mix of this whole conversation, but what I want to say to you is, if you are a woman that want a good man and it requires you to be a better woman and you quit on that process, that says a lot about you. Oof. That says a lot about you. And don't think that this don't go both ways. It also goes for the man too. So that being said, man, if you want something good, it's gonna require you to do better.
That's facts.
If you know better, you do better.
That's facts. So, to me, straight up, man, value yourself as high as you want to. Call yourself whatever. But be true to yourself if you're gonna call yourself those words. Today was funny. Yeah. I like it. But next time, next time we'll jump on a conversation that I think we've been wanting to have to kind of be critical to people and not to disrespect you. And we're gonna talk about what it is to be a parent.
Oh. Yeah, so tune in next week for that.
Damn.
Because I'm a non-parent.
And I'm a parent.
But you've seen a lot, though.
This is going to be...
I'm a parent.
I've been told not to talk my shit because I'm not a parent, and I'm going to talk my shit.
But still, it's going to make some sense.
So share it, man. Tell everybody what the next topic is. Subscribe to our channel, man.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Yes.
Follow our Instagram page.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for listening. This is LightWork.